The 48-hour thing is pretty accurate. You know, if you don't get something within 48 hours or so, chances of getting something, you know, in the next 48 hours get further and further away.
The Department of Justice reports only around 7% of police departments have cold case units, even though Florida ranks 6th in the nation for these cases, with more than 20,000 unsolved crimes, according to Project Cold Case.
Now, Southwest Florida does have 2 special units whose sole job is closing these cases. NBC2 Samantha Serbin sat down with detectives hoping to inspire other agencies to take on the task.
Sharon Gill, Danielle Blackburn, Prentice Battle, Desmond Jones. Different races, ages, and zip codes, all called Southwest Florida home until their deaths.
My baby, my baby. This was Desmond. I don't know, he was about 5 or 4.
Danae Henley is Desmond Jones's mom.
Des he was goofy and bright. The son I always wanted. I had my 2 girls. But it wasn't nothing like my boy, my baby.
Spring break 2011. Her son, just 13 years old, snuck out of the house to hang out with friends on Lily Street. Next thing she knew, there's a knock at her door. Des was shot.
Once the coroner finally came and took the sheet off of him, and I seen them shoes, and I just broke down crying. It was devastating. That April 27th, 2011 was the worstest day of my life.
Since then, Danae's waited, and waited some more for justice.
Losing your child to murder and not knowing who did it or you do know who did it, oh my, it's unbearable. This journey here has been rough.
Her only hope comes from detectives still working the case 13 years later.
The cold case, they're amazing.
We have a moral obligation to bring these cases to closure, and that's what we're trying to do.
Fort Myers detective Michael Iarossi is part of only 2 dedicated cold case units in Southwest Florida. The other, the original, created back in 2009 in Charlotte County.
Our unit is rare in this country. There are a lot of agencies that have designated cold case detectives or investigators, but they work full-time and they are active and they get pulled off for cases that come in the door. And that is a distraction that, to be successful, you cannot do in cold case investigations.
According to the DOJ, our nation currently has more than 250,000 unsolved murders, increasing at a rate of approximately 6,000 each year. That's a lot of work for hands that are already very busy. Florida alone has more than 20,000 unsolved homicides, according to Project Cold Case. Here locally, between 2000 and 2020, Lee County cleared more than 65% of homicides. Collier County is right there, too. In Charlotte, however, that number bumps up to over 82%. That's why Detective Kurt Mell actually speaks nationally to law enforcement leaders.
I teach cold case analysis, and we use some of the cases we've had here in Charlotte County, such as the Tara Sidarovich case, the Pilar Rodriguez case, the Sharon Gill case. We use those cases as to show the reason why you need a cold case unit.
It takes a great deal of time. If you're doing other things at the same time, it doesn't work.
The investment has paid off. This team closing several cases over the past few years alone. The same success is found in Fort Myers.
Fort Myers, unfortunately, probably has the largest cold case caseload in the 20th Circuit area. We started out with roughly 150 cases, and over the years, we've probably cleared about 20.
They're hoping to add Des to that list, but as time passes, one thing stands in their way.
Having the people that were witness to it actually come forward and say, this is who it was, I saw this, and I will testify to this, is very challenging.
The fear level down here for the witnesses, they're intimidated, they don't want to cooperate. Basically, they're in fear of their lives, and that serves as a major roadblock to what we're trying to do.
People just need to speak up. If they see They need to speak up, tell what they saw. And you can't be afraid, because when you in them shoes, if the shoe on other feet, you would want somebody to tell. You would want somebody to help your family get justice for their loved one.
Reporting for NBC2.
I hope one day that I will see justice for Dez. I will. I'm hoping. I'm always praying.
I'm Samantha Serbin.
Samantha, big reason so many agencies probably don't have these cold case units is probably because of budget concerns. So these retirees, they probably do it at a discount, right?
Right. They come back because this is what they love to do. They want to scratch that investigative bug again. And so this gives them a chance to do that, but do it at a cheaper rate so these families can get some closure.
All right. Thanks, Sam.